Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. If you haven't seen some of the previous ones, then definitely check them out because I really do go into depth about the certain things that we can expect to see in The Sims 4. Today we'll be talking about build and buy mode, which is obviously a huge part of The Sims, and for me it's something that I really enjoy about The Sims, the fact you can make the house that you want to make. I'm also going to be talking about clothing, and then I'll get into traits and aspirations. I'll start off by saying that there has been a bit of a decline of information as of lately. I'm sure there's going to be heaps next year early on, but at the moment there hasn't been too much new information, but here's what is confirmed, and obviously I'll touch on with my own opinion about what I think about it. So let's start with build and buy modes. So as we've seen from for one, screenshots, but also the quick video that we saw, we can see that rooms, full rooms, full bathrooms, kitchens, whatever, can be actually placed and resized in The Sims and moved around easily without, destroying things and really muddling things up. What I mainly saw, the main trend I saw in these videos when it comes to build and buy mode, is that everything's just simple and easy, and it looks really user-friendly. Also, foundations can be added and removed without actually having to destroy your house. I remember that was a pretty big issue, especially when you didn't have a foundation and you wanted one. It was very awkward trying to get a foundation, and I remember trying to build a second story often was a bit awkward as well, trying to place, the walls right and the roof. All that sort of stuff really was a bit complicated, but in The Sims 4, of what I've seen, it seems like it's very simple and easy to use. Not only that, I'm sure we can guarantee some awesome music. There's always been great music in The Sims when we're in build and buy modes, which isn't really a feature, but it is something cool. Next thing is, when you click on a tile in any room in your house, it'll bring up a little tab of information about the objects and furnishings in that room. From there, you can easily sort of preview and change and buy different sets of items that fit sort of different themes that you want to go for in your house. So if you're into the sort of modern decoration, or maybe if you're into the old-fashioned decoration, you can easily sort of customize how your house looks so that you can really make it into the house you want to make. Just in general, it seems like build and buy mode is going to be quick, easy, user-friendly, and a lot of fun. And if you want to sort of change the color palette on the walls and everything like that, it seems like it's a lot easier to do, and it just seems like everything's really easy for you to change and redecorate and all that sort of stuff. So let's move on to traits and aspirations. Now, this is stuff that we did see in The Sims 3, but they're really upping it up from The Sims 3. So obviously, traits and aspirations will make a return. So they're also adding whims. Now, I don't actually remember if this was in The Sims 3. I'm pretty sure they weren't. But these are short-term goals that Sims may decide they want in the moment. So things like playing chess. It's sort of like those things that we all have. Like, sometimes we have cravings for whatever. If they, really want to play a video game, or they're really in the mood to go for a run if they're feeling, a bit sort of gross, and they, a bit, when you're at home for a while and you want to just go outside and stuff like that. Your Sims will actually have that sort of feeling. So it really feels like they're real, sort of people, and they really think, at the moment. So there's not just things that they aspire to in general. There's actually in the moment aspirations. And obviously, if you fulfill their requirements, so if you take them for a game of chess when they're really keen for a game of chess, they will get a lot happier. They'll get a little mood increase as well. So that's all really awesome stuff. It means that every sim that you have is going to be a lot. They're going to have a lot more to them. They're not just going to be sims. They're going to, have a lot more that they actually want to do. So another thing about whims is they grant lifetime happiness points, which then can be used to purchase rewards. So with those rewards, I think that was definitely a thing in Sims 3, I'm pretty sure, but you could buy objects and furniture and all that sort of stuff with it. But in general, like the main aspirations, like, the ones where Sims might want to reach a pinnacle of a certain career, so if they want to get to level 10 or whatever, or if they want to buy a certain object, and I'm not just talking about like a floor mat or something, I'm talking about like, a big TV or something like that, or if they want to master a skill, that's all going to sort of equate to lifetime wishes, so that's sort of going to make your Sims happier. So, despite the fact that whims are going to be really important, I think this is like the bigger way of, really fulfilling what your Sims want. So once you've done those little aspirations, Sims will be able to, gain another sort of relevant aspiration trait. And obviously they'll constantly be wanting to do things, there won't be a point in the game, of what I've seen and heard, where your Sims doesn't really aspire to do anything. Even if you're level 10 and you've got an amazing house, sometimes they'll get random whims where they want to, maybe just go out for dinner or something like that. So they'll always be wanting to do stuff, which is really cool. So let's move on to clothing. So we don't know too much about clothing, but we have seen some screenshots and video, and obviously it does all look good. The textures, a lot of people were complaining about in the graphics, but of what I'm aware so far, it doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue, and the game's going to run well, which is the most important part in my opinion. Sims hasn't always been really well known for its realistic looking physics and all that sort of stuff, but regardless, there will be heaps of expensive clothes in The Sims. Often in earlier Sims, you couldn't really tell apart a lot of the clothes, and you'd see a lot of like the neighbors that are constantly wearing around like the same clothes, and I don't know, there was something a little bit kind of, it just sort of turned the immersion off when you saw those clothes. There's going to be a whole different variety of clothes in The Sims 4. And as you'd expect, you know, guys that are earning a lot of money will probably be walking around in better clothes than some of the poorer people. And if you're wearing nicer clothes, your Sims emotions will actually be affected, and that's sort of about the price and the actual type of clothing that they wear, which is definitely a real thing, and like in real life. So it's really cool that they're adding a lot of these sort of things. So yeah, despite that, we don't know too much about clothes. We do know there's going to be a lot more variety, and there's going to be a lot more customization with clothes and different sort of price ranges. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know what some of the features I listed in this video you're excited for, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.